is a success. So we have a fruitful conversation. My brothers and sisters from South Sudan, from different ethnic, regional, political, religious background, our elders who are in our midst, Professor Yongo, Professor Otam, and Mama Helen, who worked so hard also to be present among us. This is a very wonderful gesture that you care so much about your country. You wanted to show us a wonderful path forward. My American friends and my fellow South Sudanese citizens, I am humbled to stand here before you. By the grace of God, by the spirit of South Sudanism, a spirit that binds us together. Whether we rise or fall, we rise as one people and we fall as one people. It is that spirit that kept us together as South Sudanese for more than half a century, to fight for a free, democratic, united and independent nation. With the help of our American friends and friends throughout the world. On July the 9th, 2011, we finally raised the South Sudanese flag. We beat the drums of liberty and blew trumpets of freedom. We join our hearts and songs of gladness on our lips. In the words of Martin Luther King Jr., that we are free at last. 2 years into our independence, South Sudan engulfed into a very serious bloodshed. And today, as I speak, for almost 11 years of our independence, 9 years has been spent at war. And so what is the problem of South Sudan today? I believe the problem of South Sudan can be summarized in a few words. It is the problem of political tribalism, lack of nationalism, and selfishness, and struggle among the political powers. Liberators who abandoned the original vision that brought us the independence of South Sudan. Today, South Sudan is a country characterized by a series of bloodshed, insecurity, rampant corruption, and hatred towards each other. Millions of our South Sudanese citizens are in the neighboring countries, refugees and those who are displaced, internally displaced. And so it is our responsibility as citizens of South Sudan once again to come together and reclaim our promise of hard-fought independence. And say it is a process of soul-searching for building the statehood of the Republic of South Sudan. And we have come to our American friends once again who have stood with us during our struggle for independence and say it is our time to come together. South Sudan must and will be a peaceful and prosperous nation. And our neighboring countries, especially Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, Sudan, Congo, and Central African Republic, Egypt, and many others, he stood with us during the days of struggle. And we are also calling upon them to say You better stand with the suffering people of the Republic of South Sudan. It's not only good to stand with those who are powerful, with the wealthiest and the well-connected. It's better to stand with the poor, the weak, the vulnerable, for they are the true sons and daughters of God. So what is your calling today, my dear brothers and my dear sisters? Pastor Jim eloquently stated, let's do what is your will on earth. As you live, may God's will be done through you. I don't know what is your calling, but for me, I want my legacy to be the legacy of peace. I want to be a champion of peace. I want to make sure that South Sudanese citizens live together in peace and in harmony and with equal opportunities. I want to make sure that we South Sudanese choose love over hatred, choose freedom over oppression, that we come together as we struggle for independence, and we must come back together again to say no to dictatorship and yes to democracy, no to war and yes to peace, no to oppression and yes to freedom, and no to poverty and yes to prosperity to all South Sudanese children. Let's educate our South Sudanese children to the wonders of their world. Let's together feed the hungry, and let's together work to build a nation that will give us the riches of freedom, equal distribution of resources, and security of justice. And it is with that spirit, my dear brothers and sisters, that we will be gathering here for the next 2 days. And I hope by the end of this conference, the Lord Almighty will lead us into a better country that we earned, and that freedom shall reign in all the mountains and all the valleys, in all the cities and the villages of the Republic of South Sudan. We'll hold our hands together once again as brothers and sisters, regardless of our tribal differences, regardless of our political background, that we are South Sudanese and will be South Sudanese forever. And so I am honored to have worked with a great friend and an older brother, Attorney Henry Ongere, who I have known for 23 years. Attorney Henry Ongere came here as a young lawyer, and he started organizing Africans in the Twin Cities. And we together founded what was called the Coalition for Pan-African Minnesotans, CIPA, that organized Africans to fight for their own rights, establish businesses, create non-profit organizations, and to advocate for their own welfare. We also went together and created what is called Pan-African Business Alliance, PAB. Our brother Henry Ongere is the president of the New Dawn Foundation and Trust. And as I always tell my brothers and sisters from Kenya, that if he has done so well here in Minnesota and in America, I think our brother Henry is well qualified to lead, to become the governor of Nyamira County and president of Kenya. And he is the good servant of Africa. So with those few words, my dear brothers and sisters, I present to you my dear friend and my older brother, Attorney Henry Ongere, to officially open the conference. May God bless you. May God bless the conference.